Absolutely spot on. So the final quarter about to get underway here. Belpost Hill in a very commanding position. They'll be hoping to end this game on a positive note. If they can really put their foot down again, 100 points isn't out of their reach, and that'll just be a massive statement to the rest of the competition. But that's a ifs, buts, and maybes. We don't deal in them up here in the commentary box. So the final quarter, we're away here. Barton and Bowyer go at it. Lands in the hands now of Tobin, who gets his kick forward, looking for holes. Fine, he can't quite take the mark, but Moreland emerges with the football. Hurries his kick forward to no one in particular. Leading to the football is Fryers, it looks like. He'll kick out now towards a teammate in Bryant. He can't quite make the football on the bounce. Parker comes charging at it on the edge of the square. Ordinary looking kick. Basically comes back with the flight as he's done all day. Picks it up now. Charging through the middle. Goes forward looking for Gergic. He can't quite take them up, but ends up with possession. Short kick forward. Turns it over. Hurried forward now by Taylor Reynolds. Foot race on between Lima and Armistead. Armistead gets the knock.
Thrown in.
Yes.
Ball one down by Bryant.
Yep.
Moreland trying to pick the ball up. Got ripped off it though by Bryant.
Yeah, right to go.
Ball just lying in loose, but Moreland happens to pick it up. He moves it on forward. Fitzsimmons goes up, takes the mark against the run of play.
Yep.
So Moreland swings onto his left boot.
Yep.
Kicks it into the middle. Bryant takes the mark.
Yep.
He's just looking for some options.
Yep.
He goes on the right boot.
Gone.
That should be 50 metres, I think.
No, he called play on, Cal.
Yep.
He called play on. I don't know why he called play on, because he didn't go over the mark, but I saw him call play on.
Yep.
Anyway, Moreland picked it up, kicks it forward,
No
looking for McPherson. McPherson
Cheers, mate.
gets a little handball off to Gergic. Gergic, that's probably a throw umpire. Taylor Reynolds will get the ball. No, it's not Taylor Reynolds, it's Derek Fitzsimmons. He just turns it over very loosely to Lima. Be a bit disappointed in that one, I reckon, Fitzsimmons. So Lima, looking for some options. He kicks it towards the middle to Tobin, but Swain just chops in there and takes the mark. Does a little over the head sort of Stevie Johnson stuff to Taylor Reynolds. Reynolds kicks towards Troy. Troy just using the body, can't quite get the mark. Jenkins at ground level just gets a fortuitous bounce to Blasio. De Blasio on the right boot into the goal square. Oh, what is that?
Looking for a free kick there, Briggy.
I wouldn't have paid it. I think he took a dive.
Lead East Geelong at 10-6. Werribee 18 goals 15. Lead Belmont 1 goal 5. And Corio 15-5. Trail Aniki 14-12.
That's a good game, by the sounds of it. There's a couple of good ones in there.
There is, isn't there?
Sounds like Geelong.
Probably a fair call. So if it's working for them, I suppose there's no reason why they shouldn't either. So ball has been run over and we'll have another throw in. Still inside attacking 50 for North Geelong. You can't quite just cash in these forward 50 entries into scoreboard. Moreland comes up as a third man up but can't affect the hit out. Schwenderson gets it forward towards Elsie, who's had a pretty quiet day.
The Rock.
Still can't quite pick it up. In the hands now of Fitzsimmons, who's brought down. And the ball's going to get inside attacking 50 Cal.
That's right, Berkey. Bowyer gets the ball down. Ball's
Like a
still in
legend,
congestion.
Daryl Jones.
Can't get the ball out. Kicked forward, Bowyer. Oh, the ball just eludes him with the bounce. Player's still over it, Jenkins. Got himself a bit hurt there by putting his head over it.
He's down. There's a couple of Belpost Hill players down.
They look the same there. Picked up there by Bryant. Briggy, one-on-one. Couldn't take the mark.
Or anything, but struggling there. So the ball thrown back in now. Bowyer pulled out of the ruck contest, not given the free kick.
Back.
Here comes the free kick though in the back. Well, just under 5 minutes in this final term. So Cashel had a pretty quiet day. Can make atones for that by getting on the score sheet now. Comes in. Good kick off the boot.
Lovely kick.
And Cashel's kicked his first goal of the day. So North Geelong now moving to 9 goals 8. A set.
Ball thrown up. Barton gets a good punch away. Picked up there by Baseley. Baseley gets a handball to Tobin. Tobin on the left. Kavka couldn't take the mark. Swain just trying to paddle in front of himself. Now Taylor Reynolds gets a little paddle forward. Luke Parker gets bumped off it. Kavka's now over it. He dives on it. Knocks it out. Schwenderson dragged it in. That should be holding the ball. No. Ball comes out. Now all the players are over it. Should be a ball up.
Played at Werribee Central.
Quite possibly has. So the ball now back in the middle. Barton emerges with it. Kicks it forward. Gergic now at half forward. Wheels around, looking for Lewis. That's a great kick from the
Oh,
Balbos.
beautiful.
Lewis runs on though. He wants to come back and take the a set shot. Quite possibly why he played on there. So in comes Lewis.
Yeah.
Starts very left
You've
and
nailed
has
it, Jake.
just squeezed it in for a behind.
Fine, trying to get the ball. Picks it up now. Wheels around on the right and moves it in board and finds Barton unopposed. So that's good work again from Holzford. I think he's a lot more effective across the half-forward line, to be honest.
There's his man.
Just
Way Boya.
Yep.
trotting out wide. So he's banking on him kicking a point here, I guess. So Barton now comes in.
I'll tell you what,
And
he's gone to the wrong bank.
He's done anything but kick a point. So Tim Barton kicks.
And he was standing still, so, you know.
Ball back in the middle now. The man in question, Boya, gets the hit out to Fitzsimmons, but his opponent there in Barton tries to pick up the footy as well. No one can emerge with it. Harvey, met by a number of tackles. Moreland now just whacks it on the boot. Floating torpedo to half forward, looking for Pyle. Holzfine there to help, but Pyle does it all himself. Turns around on his left. Kicks it forward. Tobin knocks it back now into the path of Fursland, who kicks it and finds Baseley on the lead. So Caleb Baseley, I know I always harp on about it because I'm a massive fan, but he just plays a really... you watch him play and you just like the way he goes about it. He's a player you'd love to coach. You'd love to coach him. He tackles, he leads, he runs into space, and he just exactly he does all the team things. And he's often rewarded by that. And he will go into have a shot at his 4th goal of the afternoon. So coming in, he'll kick from about 40 metres out, kicks through the football. Well done, Caleb Baseley, as he kicks goal number 4 for the afternoon. So
He gets the best defender.
yes, that's true, but I suppose he's got a good pedigree. He's one of the better under-18s players, but ball back in the middle of the ground now, Cal.
Yeah, picked up there by McPherson. Tries to get out of the pack. Now stripped from him was by Harvey. Now Fitzsimmons leading the race to the ball. Finally gets it. He's tackled as soon as he picks it up. Ball at ground level. Watts tries to stream through and get it. He finally does. Gets a handball away to Armistead. Armistead gets it away quickly. Silence picks it up now on the right boot. The ball just being marked by the North Geelong player in Woods. So Bryant takes the mark. Kicks inside 50. Chopped off by Jenkins.
Certainly lives on the edge, Jenkins, but definitely goes when it's his turn. Kicks it now to Lewis. He'll go now looking for Cavco, who marks unopposed on the wing. Luke Parker stands the mark. Short kick from Cavco finds Fanteller right in front of the interchange gates. Brent Gergich sitting on the boundary line coaching, so he's taking himself off the ground from coaching Grubby now and coaching from the true coaching position.
Exactly.
As Alice kicks into the middle of the ground now, finds Barton. Tim Barton now in the middle of the ground as Chris Moreland comes off for a breather as well. So they're just benching their better players now. Belpo still putting the cue in the rack, so to speak, as Pyle wheels around now. Looking for Baseley once again, out on the lead. Can't quite take the mark, but keeps chasing it, picks it up. It's done well here, Baseley. Goes back to Barton from where the kick actually originally came. He hacks it on the boot, though, and the mark's been taken deep in defence by Fitzsimmons.
So Fitzsimmons clears it. Barton obviously done very well today for Balbos Hill. Takes the mark, chops off Fitzsimmons' kick. He's been asked to play on now. Kicks it inside 50. Players go at it. No free kick paid. Punched down. Picked up there by Fitzsimmons. Fitzsimmons gets a handball away. Picked up now by Armistead. Kicks it on the right boot to the half-forward line. Elsey, who's had a shocking game, has not touched it.
Barry Crock-up.
Has a real poor game. He's, hasn't done too much. Anyway, Tobin picks it up on the left boot for Balpost Hill. Kicks it into Lewis. Lewis on the right boot, inside 50.
Baseley.
Oh,
Too good. Too good. Too good all over the ground. And as you say with Todd Elsey, I don't know if it's been his opponent all day, but the bloke on him now is a
Brad Martin.
Magnificent footballer in defence. Don't worry about that.
Absolutely. How was the clunk from Baseley, though? Just the one arm to hold his opponent away. So he'll come in now and have a shot at goal number 5.
I think North Geelong should go the man a bit more in this last few minutes.
I think they probably should have.
Get a couple of injuries.
Crummy.
So Baseley comes in.
It's a behind.
No, I reckon he might have just kicked
Tell
it
you
through.
what, it might have swung
There's
back
a goal.
behind the post, I think.
Afterwards, yeah. So Baseley comes in and kicks.
Lights on here in a minute.
Yeah, they probably shouldn't swap the footer. There's a yellow one kicking about in the background, but that's for another matter. So Simons gets a hit out now. to Tobin. His kick's partly smothered. Symes now emerging with the football. Looking for Fantella. Brought down from behind by Brian, who should be rewarded with a free kick, but he's not.
Not sure.
Perhaps not enough prior
Didn't have
opportunity.
much prior.
So the umpire calls for the ball in the back in the centre of the ground. North Geelong attacking side. Balpo still attacking side, rather, as Symes gets the free kick. He kicks inside 50, looking for Basely once again, out in the lead. Can't quite take the mark, but applies a tackle. Gergich back on the ground. Umpire's blown his whistle, and he's given a free kick.
To Fries.
Not quite sure about that one.
Holding
either.
on too long, apparently. So Fryers now kicks to the wing. Looking for Symes and Bowyer. Symes uses the body well. Coming out to meet it, though, is
Crunch.
Alice. Leaves it behind. Parker can't pick it up either. No one can quite get their hands on it. Fitzsimmons, been pretty quiet today. Often has plenty of the football. He's wrapped up. Pack forming on centre wing right now. The umpire, he's going to ping someone here if he's not careful. No, high tackle's been spotted. So free.
So Troy kicks inside 50, looking for Toddy Elsey. Couldn't take the mark. Good job by Tobin going back with the fly of the footy, affecting the spoil. Picked up by de Blasio. Tried to get a kick. Was tackled as he was trying to. Probably could have been dropping the ball. Picked up by Jenkins. Jenkins on the left boot.
He's kept it
It's
in.
going to stay in.
Just sneaks it in.
Every side's got to have those ones. So the ball now thrown back in. Lands in the hands of Tobin. He gets his handball off. Only as far as Reynolds. Keeps it in. Gives it off now to Parker. He can't quite take possession. Gets a second chance. Scoops the handball over the top. Only as far as Lima, who emerges with the footy. Kicks it forward looking for holes find. Gergich calls him out of it. Sweeping handball back inboard. Looking for a teammate there and finding one in Baird, who gives it off now to Tobin, who's brought down without the football. Barton picks it up. Can't get his handball free. Baird has it now. Kicks it forward. Bryant can't take the mark. Kavka pursuing him. Gets in front. Kavka can run from 50 metres out. Has a shot on goal. Going towards the goal line. Hits the post.
Mate, you've got to wait till at least he signals.
So Belpost Hill now moving to 19 goals, 13. 127. They lead North Geelong, who are 9-8-62. We've gone 16 minutes, final quarter. Smiths Holden scoreboard.
Bryant gets the ball on the left boot. Clears it out towards Armistead on the wing. Armistead with some pace.
Good pace.
Couldn't get around Lima though. Now gets it. One-handed pick up. That's pretty bloody awesome. Gives it to Bowyer. Bowyer kicks it forward. Jenkins.
Yeah.
We should be drinking water, should we?
If that comes in a green can, sure.
So the kick forward now is out on the full. They haven't been too bad today, actually.
Yeah.
So kick now finds Symes. He goes short and finds Tobin. He may have played at Rugby before. I'm pretty sure he was recruited from western suburbs of Melbourne.
Spots
something like that. So
yeah.
he kicks it long to the middle of the ground, finds McNamara, who's been very quiet today. I didn't even know he was playing, to be brutally honest, and I don't say that in any disrespect. I actually haven't seen him on the ground. So I don't know whether he's carrying an injury or just been used sparingly, but kick now comes across into the path of Tobin.
Missed him.
Kicks it forward, looking... Oh, great mark taken by Pyle. He's off, though. He's probably run a little quicker. He'll be disappointed with that. He's sort of committed to playing on, and once he... 9-8-62.
Jeez, they got some options up there.
They do, don't they?
Yeah.
Scary. So the ball now picked up by Fursland, possibly pushed in the back, but he's been...
Wasn't it? Just a...
And he's going to give away 50 as well. So 50-metre penalty going the way of North Geelong. Inside of the centre, he's left the line well and truly behind. As the ball comes forward, de Blasio overran that one. Looked like he did a hammy for a minute, but it was just overstepping the mark. He's fine. So Bryant now wrapped up. That's holding the football. McPherson free kick. They move it on now. Through Fantella, goes in the middle of the ground. Sean Lewis back on the ground. Short kick over the top. Finds Pyle. He plays on quickly, reels around on that left boot. Looking for Basely on the lead. He takes the mark. And that's the thing about Caleb Basely. He can play at half forward and create pressure, but you can put him back in the goal square, and he can play as a traditional full forward as well. He kicked absolute truckloads of goals in the under-18s playing as a full forward. And
versatile, Burke.
Very versatile.
Well, so can Jovanovic, so can Gergic, and so can Kavka.
Well, I think you can add Caleb Basely to that wall.
Yeah.
Wall of pride that I have. One of my boys.
Settle down, Burke.
I could just about field a side, I reckon, now with the amount of boys that I've claimed. So, Basely,
all become mine now.
How many boys have you claimed? Jeez.
Oh, half the league, I think. So basically coming in a great kick.
Beautiful.
So he's kicked goal number 6. Would you believe it? 3, and all in the second half as well. Back there, a big tall ruckman just to fill the space. But
Well, this bloke's not going back there.
no. So ball back in the middle of the ground now. North Geelong trying to work it forward as they have for most of the day, but without much success. Kick comes from Bryant now. Ben Bryant, that is, looking for de Blasio. He can't quite take the mark. Jenkins picks it up. Taken down without the football. Lewis leaves it for Fantallo, who gives it off now to Lewis. Besieged upon by Fitzsimmons. Wrapped up. Umpire comes in and thought about roll it up on the half-back line for North Geelong.
I think it was his hand movements.
He just looked very sus, didn't he?
Anyway, the ball's in dispute. Picked up there by Bryant. He kicks it long. Looking for
De Blasio.
This kid's had a big go today, de Blasio. Don't worry about that.
Anyway, picked up by Troy. He squares it up for Briggy. Briggy just quite couldn't get to mark the football. Shane Harvey at ground level. Go for the ball, Shane. Picked up by Troy.
Your coach would not come on.
Brad goes for the ball. Can't get it. Armistead picks it up. Swings around the right. Kick smothered. Shane Harvey drops the ball. Now he gathers it. Squares it up. Just bounces in front of de Blasio. Picked up by Cashel. Back to Ben Bryant. Kicks long from 50.
That's a magnificent kick. What a beautiful kick.
Simons, only as far as Hole's fine, who kicks it forward. At the back, strong mark taken by Pyle, who's been another one who's been very impressive today. He'll look for Basely. Coming back with the flight was Reynolds, but he's probably done enough as Fletcher gets it, takes a bounce, and another. Moves across the half-back, kicks looking for Bowyer. He'll take the mark on centre wing. Moves it back inboard, looking for Reynolds and finding him. Wheels around now. That's Fitzsimmons, rather. Sorry, he kicks it forward. Only as far as Ellis, though, and Jenkins. Wheels around now. Running himself into trouble. Taken out after he kicked it, but legally. Mark taken by Symes. At half-back. He'll kick now back into the middle of the ground. McPherson will take the mark. Steadies now in the middle of the ground. Will go across and find Martin, who takes the mark as well. Standing the mark is Mark Harvey. Poor kick there. Results in the turnover. Cashel's got it now for North Geelong. He'll send it forward. Looking for Briggy, who get a run at the footy, but can't quite get there in time. Overall now. Gives it off to Jenkins. He kicks to half back. McPherson now with the football for Bellpost Hill. Turns around, has plenty of time. Kicks across to the middle of the ground looking for Barton. He can't quite get there. Baird gives it off though by default to Holesfine, who kicks it forward. Pyle knocks it forward, but only as far as his opponent there in Bryant. Gets a second chance. Lands now in the hands of Baird. He'll kick it forward hurriedly. Spoil from the back came from Jared Bryant. Sitting over the football. Here's a chance here for Kavka. He's run down as he kicks it. The mark's been taken deep in defence by North Geelong.
So ball cleared by North Geelong. Just straight into the hands of Jamie Pyle though. On the left, he swings it back inside 50 to Basely. And he takes the mark. So he'll have a pretty tough task if he's going to kick this one. About 50 metres out in a 45-degree angle.
Gone 25 minutes, 2 guys. There hasn't been too many goals, so it won't be a long quarter. So Basely coming in from a long way out to the top of the goal square. Can't quite make the difference, but picked up off the ground there. Hitting the post was Tobin. So Bellpost Hill now move to 20 goals, 15, 135. They lead North Geelong, 10 goals, 8. As we said, we've played 25 minutes, final quarter. Smiths, Holden, Blood, Suzuki scoreboard.
So Bryant with the ball, kicks it back inboard, finds Fitzsimmons. Derek Fitzsimmons kicks it in short to Jared Bryant, who moved on forward. He has a good kick through the middle of the ground there. And that's a nice strong mark taken by Cashel. Cashel on the right boot. Kicks it inside 50. Briggy going for the mark. Can't quite get it. Elsie at ground level, just monstering blokes around the ball. Couldn't get a kick away.
He's been pinged for it too.
Was de Blasio, and de Blasio was given holding the ball against him. Picked up by McNamara. Given a Pyle, and Pyle clears it out.
So Fantella coming back with the flight, called out of it by Jenkins. He's just happy to sit with the football now on the halfback flank, kicks along the line. Smart kick under the circumstances and finds his coach in Brent Gergich. So Jenkins will get a game next week, regardless. Gergich brings it back in now. Finds holes fine. He goes short. Kapka will have to meet it on the bounce. Bounces awkwardly, but he does pretty well. Kapka was electric early. Wheels his way around a few opponents, then goes long as the siren sounds. Belpost Hill will run out triumphant winners. 20 goals, 15, 135.
Tell you what, this goes through.
Yeah, well, it hasn't. To 10 goals, 868. So a massive win there for Belpost Hill.
Frank, obviously a disappointing loss. What happened in that second quarter?
Yeah, I don't know, Cal. They just too good. I mean, we started well. It was sort of even at quarter time, and they just sort of outran us. We didn't pick up and paid the price.
Were you disappointed with the effort of your team in that second quarter? I suppose up in the box, we saw at times, I don't know whether it was just everything was going their way, but at times it seemed that they were just doing it way too easily. There was times where they were just consistent passes around the ground and you really couldn't get anywhere near the footy.
Well, it was. They were. And look, I told the boys at half time, we just didn't work hard enough. They wanted it more and worked pretty hard, and we were just too lazy. Just thought, oh yeah, well they won't kick it to him. They did. So, they played well, and we just couldn't stem that flow.
And moving on to next week, you have a massive game against East Geelong. Important to win at least one of these against the big side, so you can establish your fifth spot.
Yeah, definitely. Look, it's tight all the way through now, so yeah, it doesn't get any easier for us. We've got East, and they're going to be thereabouts. So we've got to get back on the winning list, I suppose.
I suppose losing Matho early probably didn't help your cause as well. He was probably earmarked to have the job on Jovanovic today, and I suppose even though he kicked his goals as well, all of a sudden that dragged someone else away from Basely, and then Basely bobs up and kicks a few, and I suppose that was a big loss.
Definitely. Look, we haven't had Matho for 3 or 4 weeks, and he come back last week and he was great, and then to lose him early was it was pretty tough for us to get the matchups right, but that's footy. We also lost another player early too, so we're down to 2 on the bench, so yeah.
So is he all right?
Oh yeah. Look, he wanted to come back on, but just for for his safety, we're going to get him back on. So.